needed to be a little more sense of ramifications with those guys, because we just, especially in light of everything else that's going on, you just can't. You just can't make those comments. You just can't. You know.
Right.
You just can't. We do. I think we do a better job. Just between me, you, and the fence post, I think we do a better job of communicating that to your elementary kids and up through middle school. And I think you assume that high schoolers get that they can't make those kind of comments. But it's been my experience that high schoolers are just big kindergartners in a lot of ways. They don't take the seriousness of the situation. I don't know. And maybe I didn't at that age as well. And both of us have the advantage, me more than you, of being a little older and kind of looking back on it. But in light of everything else going on, you just can't. And that's kind of the message that we're trying to get out to these kids. And not just those kids, but a larger group of kids. Look, you just can't make these comments. Because if what you thought was true, absolutely, we'd shut down the place. There'd just be no question. But the officers did not feel that anything in addition to, other than we did examine the kids, and those kids and their personal items were searched in the initial investigation. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not really, as a matter of privacy, you wouldn't want your own kids' information shared with somebody else. I'm probably sharing more with you than I should about their situation. But we just thought at that point then, when we stepped back, and once law enforcement was involved, we stepped back and followed their lead. Thankfully, they just reinforced the findings that Mr. Kellums found, in that there was not a threat to students, and there was not an immediate threat to anybody individually in anything of that case. So, but I don't disagree with you in terms of, look, these kids have to have the understanding that you can't do this. You can't have these conversations at schools. You can't have it in an open public anymore. You just can't.
Right. So what are the next steps to ensure the student safety?
Well, we're going to have a larger conversation. In fact, I'm going to have this conversation with my entire administrative team about, look, we've got to get the message out to kids that you can't talk like this in school. You just can't. I mean, even if you're joking, even if you're passing, because what happens in this case, and talking to Mr. Kellums and then working my way back through and talking to the officer, you've got these two kids having this conversation, people passing by and picking up on that conversation, and things get 3 layers removed, and they become this threat that wasn't intended. So, joke or not, and I don't even like the word joke, because it has to be taken seriously, and they have to understand we collectively have to take it seriously. And Mr. Kellums did. I don't want to second guess him. I would have done it a little bit more sternly, and he knows that. And he and I are going to revisit this entire topic individually again, and I'm going to revisit with my administrative team about, look, in these situations, when these things take place, I want our ISP officer in the room. I want that backstop, and every time it happens, parents get notified. Even if they say it's a joke, even if you determine there's not a threat there, parents have to understand, kids have to understand that those kinds of conversations don't have any place at school.
Right. Okay, so
and I don't disagree with if the version of events that you had and that was carried home to you, if those had been the exact, if that had been going on, if we had a bomb threat or a gun threat at school directly, then there's no question that the whole thing gets shut down and people are evacuated, and you search the entire building.
Right.
And you run a dog through and that kind of thing. In fact, I do want to touch base with you on the dog thing, because you expressed some concerns to me as to why you guys weren't notified.
Mm-hmm.
We just follow again. We try to do it once a year when we've had other dogs run through before the building. You do it as a preventative measure. You really, it's God is my witness. You really don't want to catch anybody.
Okay.
You just don't. It's bad for families. It's bad for kids. And so hopefully, in this case, and this is honestly, the only thing to this, the only thing that I can tell you that I'm pleased with in it is that we didn't find any heroin or anything crazy like that. It was marijuana, and it wasn't spice, because what I have found just in my observations is that those other things are far worse.
Right.
Not that this was good, in those cases, those kids are there are some very severe ramifications for those students.
Right. Well, as a parent, and I know I can speak for many parents, that we want to know. I mean, you're a parent, you understand. We want to know what's around our children so that we can prepare our children for what they could be faced with. So I felt like it was important as a parent to know that, so I can talk to Ethan, and Isaac, and say, look, this is going around, but this is what you do. If you are approached with that, or if you see it, how do you, handle that? We have those talks all the time, but I don't know what's going on at that school. I felt like I was more informed at Morgan because I could get in there and volunteer and see what was going on. But at this middle school and high school age is totally different. And I'm trying... Right. Yeah, you are.
Hey, look, let me tell you right now, it doesn't get any better.
Right.
I did not do well. My wife and I have not adjusted well to being empty nest.
Right. I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, that's not something I want to think about.
I will tell you, what grade is Ethan in now?
He's in 10th. Isaac's in 8th.
Enjoy it. Yeah, I see. In fact, I see Isaac every morning. I nod my head at him every morning because of the buses, but I don't see Ethan go in. But enjoy it.
Right.
Especially the high school years, because when all that dries up when they're gone.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I know.
just hope for the future right there.
Right.
Don't worry about. Don't be thinking about the empty nesty side of it. Enjoy the time that you have.
Right.
But listen, you've known me a long time. You've
Yes.
known me longer than most people around here.
Yes.
So anytime you got a problem, call me. Okay.
And that's why I
I will jump on it on both feet. And if I really felt like there's going to be a threat or a concern, you know me, I'll be in the middle of it.
Right.
And so in this case, I do feel like you won't put this on social media, right?
I know my post has been going around because Mr. Kellums was.
And I don't do Facebook for
doing
exactly this reason. Don't be quoting me on Facebook. I do feel like we could have jumped on a little harder to begin with to send a little stronger message. Mr. Kellum's feeling on it is that, especially for the one student, the situation was almost thrust upon him, and it wasn't fair to jam that kid up, given the conversation.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think we would have. I don't think we would have jammed that. I'm using the word jam. He's not. I feel like in that case, you bring our officer in. You at least have that.
Yes.
There's a billboard in the room. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a billboard in the room. And in hindsight, he just honestly, he got that information in about 10 minutes. What he didn't forecast was that the few kids that overheard part of the conversation as they passed through, that it would just spread like wildfire into other parts of the building. And so the version of the truth that he got from the two boys directly, because he tried to chase it back down and find out, well, who heard what. You got these 2 or 3 layers of kids on the perimeter of that, and then it just went out and became a different story. And so he thought he had it, once he investigated it pretty quickly, he really did feel like, there's no truth to it, there's no danger here. And the police verified that, especially after they visited with the kid's family. But I do still feel like if you just run up the flagpole a little higher so that everybody can see this is a big deal, that would have been appropriate in this case, especially given what we've seen here recently.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, that's just I have small world, hook 'em by crook. I know of 2 people that had families that were directly impacted by that were in Las Vegas.
I did too. Yes, I had several friends, business friends that were in Vegas and were thankfully okay, but they were at conferences at that hotel that the shooter was at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Judy's daughter here, the secretary, our payroll clerk, her daughter was in Vegas at a conference at a different facility. She'd been at dinner. She was 2 blocks away from it.
Oh
Walking the
gosh.
street going back to her hotel, she could hear the gunshots, and then this
Oh,
wave of
my
people
goodness.
came running, and so she took off running with the wave of people.
Mm-hmm.
So Judy was up half the night talking to her. She was safe. Never was
good.
fired upon. Never was in the line of sight or anything.
Right.
And then my son's best man at his wedding, his older brother who was at the wedding, Nick, was at the concert. He and his buddy, it was near the end of the concert evidently when it took place, he and his buddies were actually leaving the venue, so they were on the perimeter as they were getting getting ready to leave,
Oh my
and it
goodness.
rang out. So they took off running and got to a parking garage. Well, they're in the parking garage thinking they're safe. Well, suddenly here comes this wave of people running. So they didn't know what was going on, so they ran further. Then another wave of people came running. They ran further. They ended up running 2 miles in the wrong direction.
Oh my goodness.
And had to snake back around to get to their. It took them 4 hours to get back around to their hotel.
Right.
Thankfully, they're safe. But what a weird sense that in talking to people, almost everybody just in a small space like that,
Yes.
almost everybody has a what's that 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or something.
Yes.
Everybody
So
has
true.
has a 2 or 3 degree separation from somebody that was involved with that.
Yes. No, it's
I
a
don't
small
know
world.
what the answer is on that side, but I can tell you this. I personally take it personally in terms of the safety here. I mean, I've done the school safety stuff. I've gone to the hearings. In fact, we just had a review. The state was on site for the middle school. Well, the day we did the drug dogs, he was here to witness that as well and to see that. And we had nothing in the middle school. They always hit on a locker, alert on a locker or two, and it's kind of cool. The dogs will come down, and they're pretty rambunctious. And then if they smell something, they'll just sit down. They just sit and look at you. And then they get the ball. There's a ball they train them with. And so you open the locker and you search through things. And, and even in the situation at the high school, there were just a couple of 3 cars that were actually hit upon that produced anything out there. And so, and one of the kids that we found it on, you wouldn't have, well, none of them, I didn't really know him very well, but the one student, nobody even knew his name. I mean, this kid was such a good kid that he wasn't on anybody's radar.
Wow. That's scary.
It was out there. Yeah, and you, so in that case, you reach out. I just feel like there are sometimes in the secondary, I'm gonna call it a secondary mindset, whereas from an elementary, because I taught secondary, so I get it, and then I was elementary principal. Parents still want to be informed. Parents still want to be involved to a certain level, and so I think sometimes at that level we could do a little more calling.
Right.
Parents and making them aware. Now, look, I'm not sold on doing an all alert about. The problem with doing an all alert about a drug dog, for example, is that you'll take that information and do something solid with it. Some parents then just freak out.
Right.
Oh my God, we got this this huge problem, and we don't. I know I sent out something, on the kid that was arrested off the bus.
Yes.
A while back, and I debated about sending something there because I didn't want people to think there was a huge problem. The police came up, they got him, he got off the bus.
See, I felt like that was
elementary
I
kids
like that.
weren't impacted by that. We contacted a few parents directly that we thought might be upset, but went ahead and did it, and nobody said anything, But it's kind of a darned if you do and darned if you don't sometimes.
Right, and I'm glad you did send that.
On the drug dogs, though, we're probably never going to send out anything on that because you'll do the right information with that. If we did anything in advance on it, we've had parents, kids have called from inside the building their parents to say, "Come and get my car off the lot. The drug dogs are inside the building."
Oh my gosh, that's poor parenting too.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Or kids who's we've not more recently, but kids we found a kid once that had a bunch of pot on him, and the parents like, "Well, that's mine. You shouldn't punish them for that." I'm like,
Oh
"They're
my
carrying
gosh.
it to school."
Wow.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't, honestly, you can't fix crazy.
Right.
Just go, really? Are you not seeing the bigger picture here? And look, you as a parent, one of the things I do want to honor for you in this is that you as a parent have to advocate for your kid. Because nobody's going to advocate the way you're going to. You're the mama bear. You're supposed to advocate for your kid. And it's my job to make sure that we advocate for all children here and we keep them all safe. And you need to know that that is a priority for me. So had there been a real threat there, there's no question. Everybody would have been rolling. And thankfully we've not. We've had, the random pocket knife I used to get as an elementary principal. We've got really good kids. I mean, people come here and they substitute. People that come to teach here. We've got really good kids. They take pretty good care of our property. Our high school's the old